Trujillo and the beautiful.
Oh, sorry, Lisa Trujillo.
Yeah, this is Cafecito Thursday, guys.
Cafecito
where
Thursday.
This lovely lady and this handsome man
come to you and talk about
relationships, partnerships,
together,
working together,
not annoying each other,
getting angry and then making up. All kinds of cool stuff. So
art, love, and business.
Art, love, and business for
and
sure.
Family,
friendship, appreciation, lovey-dovey. So, guys, I've been riding a wave. You guys have been listening to some of the videos, some of the later videos I've been doing lately. Or that came out. Yeah, I've been riding a wave of being enough.
Yeah.
Thanks to this lady right here. This lady's like, dude, I get your hustle. You want to work hard. I'm glad. Good for you. But get your mental shit right.
Well, because I'm working on that. I struggle with that too.
Well, I struggle with that. I just didn't know to what degree.
Right.
You know?
Well, I think too, like, self-awareness is hard. Like, we're aware, but it's not until you pay attention.
Well, it's easier for someone else to see it.
That's true.
They're like, dude, that dude's negative. Right?
Yeah. But even
it's harder
then,
to see it in us.
It's true. Well, it's easier to see it in someone else than yourself. Yeah.
It always is.
That's what you just said.
Yeah. Because we're judgy like that. Human beings are judgy, so don't be judgy. Human beings. We tend to be that way. So I've been on a wave of accepting myself, my flaws, the way I am. This does not mean that I don't want to do better. This means that I am fine where I'm at, and I can grow from where I'm standing.
Yeah.
You know? And my wife here, Lisa, introduced me to someone. You look good.
Thanks.
My wife introduced me to someone named Marissa Pierre.
Pierre.
Right? Mm-hmm. So explain to them a little bit about what this is and how we're doing it here at home.
So I didn't find her on my own. One of my beautiful, amazing best friends, Anissa Taylor,
Hi,
Anissa. Will send me YouTubes that she finds, and I'll send her YouTubes that I find. And she sent me a TED Talk. It was a 15-minute TED Talk that led me down the Marissa Pierre YouTube.
This is Cafecito. Why are you not drinking coffee?
Because I had like a lot of coffee in the morning.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
But this still has caffeine.
Keep going.
It's just
sorry.
doesn't have milk. I'm trying to cut back on dairy.
Okay, good. Okay. I like that.
So my friend Anissa sent me this 15-minute TED Talk, and she and I talk a lot about getting our mental space right and working on ourselves and bettering ourselves. And so she was like, this is literally right up our alley. And you have to check it out, and I think you're going to really enjoy it.
Yeah. And
so I listened to the 15-minute TED Talk, and I was like, oh my gosh, this makes total sense in every single way.
Yeah.
And really, so Marissa Pierre is like...
By the way, we're always learning, guys.
She's like a very famous, but not famous self-help guru. So she works with like she worked with Princess Di. She works with companies. She works with celebrities.
She doesn't do like the one-on-one.
But she's not like really like in the forefront. Like she's not on TV and like promoting herself. She's harder to find. And
she only works with guys who have money.
Yeah, so she does like a lot of personal work with like different celebrities and people that are seeking her help, her assistance or whatever.
Right. She's a hypnotherapist, right? Too.
A hypnotherapist, yeah. And
an author.
And I think she's British, so I think she does come out on like TVs in Britain. She said that she was working with people on some TV show.
Oh, okay.
So maybe she just hasn't made it our way yet or whatever. But basically she just said that the only thing that hinders you, and I know you guys have heard me talk about this in an earlier video, was I'm not enough. She's like, you could achieve anything you want.
Yeah. She doesn't have time to watch it.
Oh, okay.
You watch it later.
All right, you'll find it later. But she talked about how almost 100% of everything that stops us, our stoppers, are not feeling enough. Yeah. And I think, she describes like different variations of it, but ultimately it whittles down to self-worth.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not, like, it literally seeps into everything that our self-worth, our self-esteem is the thing that propels us to success or keeps us where we are.
Yeah, totally. And you know what? After me digging into the artists, because I like biographies of artists who are big. I'm not talking about big artists. I'm talking about Warhol. I'm talking about Picasso, Matisse. I'm talking about like the staples, right? Michelangelo, all of these guys. Well, they didn't have really like more in-depth biographies by older artists. But what I'm trying to say is that, look, these artists tend to have one thread in common, and a couple of threads, right? But I'm gonna point out two that I feel like are like the monumental things. Everything else just kind of But two threads they have in common is they are the hardest working people around.
Yes.
And they believe that they're like goals before they're goals.
Yeah.
Like they have this high sense of self.
Yeah.
They have this huge idea of themselves. And I think that is everything. If you don't fix that, that may be the thing that's stopping you. How do we deal with it? How do you and I have been dealing with it so that I can get an idea?
It seeps in such a way that you believe it. And you don't even see it as self-worth.
Yeah.
So it seeps in as like embarrassment or shame or
not good enough.
But it doesn't even. It disguises itself as not good enough.
Yeah, your work is not good enough, and you think that you're great, but why is this not working?
You're walking around and you have a conversation and you say something, and all of a sudden you realize, you walk away and you agonize about the conversation, and you feel like, oh, did I say something wrong? Oh, did I do something wrong?
I hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Because you're not feeling confident in who you are, or trusting in what you said, or trusting in what you're doing, right?
Well, you were, and it was. Life was beaten out of you when you were a kid.
Yeah, we were told, don't do that, don't act like that, don't be this, don't do that, you disappoint me. All these things,
go to your room.
And don't embarrass me.
Yeah, you're embarrassed.
Don't.
My mom used to pinch me in church.
Yeah.
Like it used to be like,
exactly.
Oh, I'm doing something wrong. Right in the middle of mass.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And so it sneaks in, and you don't even realize that you're feeling this. And there was another time too that I was listening to this spiritualist named Eckhart Tolle, who said, if you don't know that you think negatively, like let's say you just want to know that maybe you're really negative and you don't realize it. He's like, for 24 hours, pay attention to every single thought you have. And I did it.
Do an audit.
I would forget. Yeah, do an audit of every single one of your thoughts. And then he says, at the end of the day, you will figure out if most of your thoughts were negative or most of your thoughts were positive.
Yes.
And I did that one day, and I was like, holy crap, I am the most negative thinker.
See, but almost everybody's like that.
I mean, no, but I was like shocked by my own thoughts.
Because we think we're different, huh?
Yeah, we think we're like empowerment and like all this stuff, and like, but you don't realize how much you critique yourself all day. Yeah. This wasn't even like negative thoughts about other people. This was like negative, like I had to do something.
Self-imposed.
And then I would be like, oh, I can't do it. Or I need to get, how will I have time? All these different things that I was like, I had no idea how many negative stoppers I had for myself.
Yeah.
And not only that, but then how you perceive other people's stuff. So like you would come to me and be like, we're going to do this, this, and this. And I would be on the outward being like, yeah. And the inside would be like, I don't know how we're going to do that. I don't think that's going to happen. I can't realize. I think he's crazy. I don't know. You know what I mean?
From Norway, hi.
And so I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, I need to fix this. And so now I spend a lot of time redirecting.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing is that it happens so automatically, right?
Yes.
Like it sips in. It's like humidity.
Yeah.
You never know it's there.
Hi, Shanaz. Oh, I didn't see that. Hi, Shanaz.
What is that? Roll Tide?
I don't know. But maybe like as thoughts roll through.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah. Oh, thinking it was live? This is the one that's live right now, Shanaz. We're empowered right now. We're live. It's alive.
So it's a work in progress, right? I mean, because I know I took a long way to get there, but you asked, how do I work on it?
Yeah.
And it started with me doing that mental audit that day, and then seeking out and talking about, and not being embarrassed, not being embarrassed by admitting that I have.
How about my Crimson Tide?
Yeah, sports reference, and not being embarrassed by
cool.
the fact that I think negatively.
Yeah,
being honest.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa, I didn't realize.
Yeah, here I am thinking I'm so positive, right? I go into the studio, I'm like, I'm gonna crush it, man. and then you'll say something like, honey, like, are you all right? And I'm like, what is she talking about? I'm great, right? But
your energy is different.
Well, it's not just the energy, but you don't realize.
Yeah.
You know, in my case, I don't realize that I'm thinking about all the things I can't do right now.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to pump myself up, and I'm like, yeah. But I'm thinking like, oh my God, I don't have enough time. The day is going to, go by, or why am I agonizing on this artwork right now when I need to do all this other stuff?
Yeah.
Is Lisette an artist too? She's pretty good philosopher. Yeah, she's a philosopher like moi. This is a house of philosophers.
I'm not
she's
an
not
artist.
an artist, but we used to spend a lot of time philosophizing when we were dating, huh? We're like, the moon and the stars.
Yeah.
No, we're pretty cool like that. You're a great communicator.
Well, I just think I'm seeking personal excellence, and you and I work a lot of hours, and we work a lot. And so I've been like, oh, how can I achieve that thing that I want? Right?
Yeah. It's not about necessarily a certain end goal. It's not like one thing. It's not like, oh man,
overall.
It's overall. I want to be a great husband. I want to be a great father. I want to be a great son. I want to be a great brother. I want to be a great citizen. Like I want the overall. Mm-hmm. I can have it all. I can have wealth, and I can have peace and happiness, and it's like, it's the whole thing. I want the whole pie.
Yeah. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you so much.
I think too that in the beginning, when you're first starting your business or your art career, your career in general, you have a very specific goal.
Yeah.
And I think that as you move, like, it could be a monetary goal. It should be a monetary, like, there should be some
if you're in
monetary
business, it should be a monetary goal.
But there's a goal. There are physical goals, and as you start achieving them or going towards them, you realize that you hit certain roadblocks.
Yeah.
And then you're like, and then you realize that really the journey, the entrepreneurial journey, is becoming your best self.
Yes.
That's the only way to really get there.
Yes.
So it's breaking through the negative thought patterns. It's breaking through the negative habits. Like, your thoughts lead you to specific habits.
Yes.
And so I think that as we grow in our journey, we realize that it's less about
the physical stuff,
the goal, like the physical goals, and more about, I really need to work on myself to get to those goals.
Right. Then it's no longer how do I get those goals, because we've reached goals.
Yeah,
certain
absolutely.
monetary goals, certain things. We've reached certain goals that we want, and still having that feeling of, why am I still complaining so much? Why am I still so negative?
Why does this feel not good?
Why does it feel not good even though I've reached that goal? And then you start realizing, oh man, really the goal, like you said right now, is to become my best self.
Right. And the target keeps shifting, right?
Yeah, because it's like a universe. It keeps expanding.
The target keeps moving. So you have a target, you reach it, you match it, and then all of a sudden you want to challenge yourself into something else.
Totally. And the best targets are the ones that you can just not reach. Yeah. Like, they have to be way out there so that you're always expanding.
Yes.
You're always expanding, you're always growing. Like I can't be like, well, I'm gonna pay the bills at home, and I'm gonna be good to my son. I'm gonna be nice. If I do that, you know what I mean.
So my question for you is that
it gotta be like the greatest.
Yeah. So my question for you is that, because when I first talked to you about her, you were like, yeah. What brought you to the space of being like, I really need to give this a go and listen to what she has to say?
Well, just about 90% of the stuff, I'm very singular when I'm learning.
Right.
So I don't go and take from everything when I'm really studying someone. When I'm studying like a guru or a sales expert or whatever, I don't go wide. I go and I pick one or two people and then I go deep with them.
Right.
Right. So when you talk to me about someone else, I'm like, yeah, another Tony Robbins, I don't want to deal with them right now.
Right.
Because I've done that.
Right.
Right. But what got me to pay attention to it was that I started realizing in my experience that no matter how hard I work, right, every now and then has happened to me a sense, an underlying sense of it shows up in different ways, but maybe I'm not that good. Maybe I'm not good enough, or this feeling of, and I'm like, dude, hard work is not gonna fix this feeling,
right? Right.
And I've tried meditating. I've done this. I've done that. I'm like, no, this is a feeling of. I started recognizing this is a feeling of just not feeling on par.
Right.
Just not, just it's not the void of that some spiritual teachers talk about, like the void. No, this is a thing that I started realizing. This is a thing that is. I probably just never grew out of, maybe for whatever reason, but this is a not feeling enough. That's really what it was.
Yeah.
I started feeling that. Like, it's not one, it shows up in different ways, but I started having this strong feeling of not feeling enough. And it showed up in you remember.
In the artwork.
It used to show up in anxiety, like.
Right.
And then it went away and started showing up in the artwork, and I was like, no, this is just me not feeling good enough. So I'm gonna give this a try. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna start looking into how I can pull this out of me.
Right.
For better. I'm very definitive when I know that something. You know.
Yeah.
If I know that I need something or I need to take care of something, if it's between me and what I need to go do, like I'm gonna go do it.
Right.
So I started looking into that, and I'm like, no, I'm going to start, the exercises, the practices, and all of that.
Well, because as an artist, it would show up in not the palette knife, not the brush, not the
wishy-washiness.
This, it's not finished, it's not good enough, it's not what I'm sure tons of artists deal with, and realize that it's that not feeling good enough, right?
Yeah,
and because you pour so much of yourself into work. Into your artwork, right?
And it has to do also the fact that you may be thinking that you're working more than you are, right? So you got to fix that part too. Like, you really have to put the time. But if you're not feeling worthy enough, you're not going to go after it.
That's true.
Yeah. So this is what happens. I believe it's the work. Ultimately, it's the work. But not feeling good enough won't make me go put in the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not feeling good enough will make me be like, no, it's not even worth it. Like, no, it's not coming out. Like, looking into little details that have nothing to do with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was doing I did a little blog earlier this morning.
Oh, okay.
And I was telling people, the beautiful people of Instagram here, that I believe we all have a compass. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we're going to go put in the work. Right? But you have to pay attention to where the compass, and I think that's what this is about, what Marissa Pierre talks about. Like where you're going, no matter how hard you go or whatever, if you're going on a negative, you're going to complain, kick, and scream while you're going.
Yeah, and then you're going to steer yourself off target.
And you're going to, because you're not clear where you're going.
Exactly.
You might be telling yourself, oh yeah, I want to be in a gallery with all this stuff, and I want wealth, and I want this, and I want that, right? You may be telling that with your partner. You guys might be like, yeah, but your daily attention is in the negative stuff.
Yeah.
So no matter how much you think that you're going somewhere, if your daily affirmation, you are telling yourself, I'm not good enough, my artwork is not good enough. Oh, but I'm going to be famous. Oh, but I'm going to go into the gallery, But
then you lose the courage to go talk to 10 or 15 galleries.
Because your attention is not there. Your attention is in how much you suck.
Right. Absolutely.
How little time you have.
Right.
So you're going to focus on how little time you have.
Yeah.
You see? So I still do think that it's the work, But I think it's a mixture. It's you can't have one without the other.
Absolutely.
You know, you need the compass. Yes, it's the sail, it's the boats, it's the crew, but you need the compass. You need to know where you're going.
Yeah.
You know, and you need to be positive in where you're going. If you're thinking that you're going to go and have a gallery exhibit, or you're working with your partner and you think that, yeah, we're going to do great, but all you do is complain about why things aren't happening the way they're supposed to, or why you have to go pick up the kids and she is not, or vice versa, or who washes the dishes, and you're complaining in those things, no matter where you think you're going, I don't think you're getting there.
Yeah.
No matter how much you work.
Right.
You could be at full capacity and just digging yourself in a hole down. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
well, I'm glad that you found her.
Well, I didn't find her. You told me about her.
Well, yeah. I think it's going to make a world of difference for the both of us. I also wonder too, if like being self-critical or being emotionally tied to the work is something that artists think that they should be doing.
Yeah, it's a big no-no. It's a horrible thing.
Right.
It's been taught by society because we romanticize the stories of Van Gogh and all these other artists who had their head up their butt. I'm sorry, they did. Emotionally. Emotionally, they did. They were great artists. They painted beautiful, but and with a lot of heart, but their head was not in the right place. So we romanticize that. We look at Frida Kahlo. We like the tortured soul. We look at Frida Kahlo, and a lot of people look at Frida Kahlo and like, oh my God, Frida Kahlo. I'm like, no, that must have been a horrible existence. So, I'd rather not paint. I'd rather do something else than have that existence.
It's so funny that you said that. So there's a what do you call them? A business.
What, the artpreneurs? Or what?
No. Those people. What would you call? Well, yeah, high performance trainers, right?
Yeah. The coaches. Right?
Yeah, Brian Tracy. You know, like I'm on him right now. Just listening to all his stuff, and he was talking about how people connect, and we connect by sharing our wounds.
Yeah.
And he says that. Yes, a positive mission needs a positive mindset.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Totally.
And he talks about how it's very natural to create connections based on your wounds. And he says that really they're not real connections because you're talking about pain and negativity as opposed to connecting with people on goals and things that you want to achieve and the positive things in your life, right? So he says that we connect with people sharing our wounds and sharing our stories, and then you realize at some point, or maybe it doesn't work anymore, and then you lose those connections because they were only connected through that space. Right. But he says that it's very normal, that's how we date, that's how we find friends, that's how we parent, that's how we do all these things. Yeah, even families will do it. These dynamics.
How shitty is your day? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, and he was talking about how important it is to start speaking honor onto things, right? Like, how's work? Really good. It was challenging, and I did this, and this is how I created this positive outcome. Yeah. And talking about everything with that positive slant, right?
Right.
And then you would then create connections or create a viewpoint where you see opportunity all the time instead of seeing how the world is coming at you.
The right goggles.
You're seeing how the world is working for you. And I thought that was really interesting. Because again, it goes into mindset. His book is called Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. Brian Tracy.
Brian Tracy's the man.
You can find it on Audible. I just thought that was really helpful. And it was really insightful because I've never thought about that. I've never thought about how we create friendships and connections and how many of my friendships and connections come from that space and how many times maybe I opened the door for that type of connection.
Yeah.
As opposed to creating connections that were positive.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
One of my favorite gurus out there, I definitely consider this guy a mentor. You wouldn't think that this guy talks about any of this. As a matter of fact, he gets like chills when people talk about law of attraction, even though he's always doing it.
He doesn't realize he's doing it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but I'm sure he does. I just think he reminds me of Edgar Tolle in the sense, not in completely different industries, but he reminds me of Edgar Tolle in the sense that he doesn't like to talk about certain things that are obvious.
Right. Yeah.
So this guy is like a completely into sales, kind of like 80s type of guy, suspenders, you know, like, yeah, let's do this. Sign right there, you know, that type of guy, right? And nothing wrong. I love his hustle. I learned a lot from him. But he talks about completely unexpected to me. He started talking about, look, work hard. He's always saying, work harder than everyone else. Keep moving. But it was completely like when I started hearing him say, you got to fix this first.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't fix this, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, and I just thought it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Because he's always talking about money. He's always talking about, you know, the stuff that I like. You like that?
Yeah.
A lot of people are getting,
and
like,
I think if you feel the times that we've actually achieved things and done things is when we feel I can.
Right.
You and I used to
state.
talk about this all the time.
Yes.
Remember when you were a little kid? Like before anyone told you couldn't do something.
Yeah. Sit there. Pick that up.
And you were, no. Before any of that. And you were a little kid.
Yeah.
And you knew, like you felt very capable. Like you were like, I'm going to do this.
It's your God-given right to like break the world down.
Right.
You're like, it's mine.
And then you did it. And you were like, that's magical. Like, I'm going to ride a bike. Right?
Yeah.
And like, the second you let go of the fear, all of a sudden you were pedaling
But
without training wheels.
just think
and
about
you didn't
this.
second guess yourself.
You walked on your own.
Yeah, you didn't think about it. And I remember that I used to always tell you because I didn't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I remember being a kid and being like, I can do it, and I would do it. But the difference between my child self and myself now is that my child self didn't judge itself or believe it couldn't.
Yeah.
Where my adult self now has all this
fragmented data
that tells me I can't.
It's fragmented. It's
Right?
not true. It's one incident after another that it's fragmented from you.
Sorry, guys, I have allergies, which makes my ears.
You were
itch.
reading in class and you mispronounced the word and people laughed at you, the kids, right? Because little kids are punks, right? They laughed at you and you're like, oh, how can I fix it? Never speak in public again, right? So it's fragmented data.
Oh, the painting stream's Wednesday.
Yeah. Wednesday. And the evenings. Every now and then I'll do a painting stream on the evenings.
Or like I'm always mesmerized
stay
by...
around, you might learn something in this one.
I'm always mesmerized by our son because he always is like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, and kids ask you like 10 times.
Like,
watch. Tell your son no, right?
He's like, can I do it? Can I do it? Will you let me? And really, I'm the stopper because he's asking permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows he shouldn't be asking.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm always looking for the edge. I'm always looking to be like, dude, why are you asking me? He's like, all right.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to have that experience. I don't want him to go through what I've been going.
Yeah.
You know, to then later realize and be like, oh man, yeah, I could have done it. And certainly you want to keep him. You want to keep him safe and whatnot.
Boundaries, discipline. But
still, like stupid things like making a fort. You know, what is that going to do? You know, what is that going to do to you?
He made a water filtration system yesterday.
Water filtration.
Out of water bottles.
Oh, like
made a mess.
What is that going to? I bet. What is that going to do? Like what? You know, it's like 30 seconds of cleanup or whatever. And you make him clean up anyways. But the thing is to allow the kid to you know just discover and break a bunch of shit. Like kids need to break stuff. We don't let them break stuff. As adults, then that's why we don't want to make mistakes, and mistakes is the way to success.
Exactly.
Every trainer out there will tell you make as many mistakes as possible. I paid a lot of money to be around trainers who tell me all they tell me is, dude, make more mistakes. I'm like, dude, I knew that, but my parents told me not to. You know? And society told me not to.
Yeah.
You know? So break a bunch of stuff. Right now, as you're an adult, go do something. Go break something. And what I mean is break someone's feelings. I don't know. Be like, hey, I want to hang my paintings here. No, you can't. Oh, yes, I can. Ask again. Ask again. Ask again.
So as we close up this video, I just want to tell you guys, believe in yourselves. It's the hardest thing. Pay attention to your thoughts and do that thought audit that I did of like, how many negative thoughts? And see if that's the thing that's holding you back from achieving your artistic goals.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're working with a partner, make it real. Make it real weird.
Help each other grow.
Keep growing. This woman helps me grow a lot.
He helps me grow too.
I think I still be in a cocoon. And you know, some people say, well, if I didn't grow there, I would have grown somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Maybe you would have. Maybe I would have grown, in a different situation, but it would have been very difficult.
Oh, thank you, Noah.
Thanks, Noah. Yeah, Noah wants to see a painting tutorial.
Yeah, you'll have to do that later today.
Yeah,
all right, guys. Thank you for joining us for Cafecito Thursday.
Yeah, get your coffee in.
I will see you next Thursday. You will see him all the time at noon.
You'll see me every day. That's what I do. I show up every day. You should show up every day, by the way. Some of you guys I've been talking to on the phone. Oh, let me pitch. Guys, I'm gonna pitch you before you guys leave. I'm gonna pitch you. I've been doing the consulting one-on-one.
15 minutes.
If you guys want to talk to me, you haven't talked to me. Maybe you want to ask questions. I don't know, dude. How do you do Instagram? How do you do eBay? How do you find the time? And on and on and on. Whatever. You got 15 minutes free with me. I'm like Geico. 15% could save you. And yeah, talk to me and ask me your burning questions.
And
we'll schedule
had
something.
2 really great conversations with great artists these last 2 days.
Yeah, some good artists out there.
Yeah,
you guys are doing great, man. I mean, I don't know. If you guys feel like you guys get some value out of this, then I'll sell you on the 30 minutes or 1 hour.
Yeah. And if you guys have questions or you guys want to ask us anything, just shoot us a message. We're always willing to talk about how we work together, whatever. And
what is cafecito? Oh, cafecito.
Oh, it means coffee.
It's little coffee.
It's a little coffee.
It's in Spanish. Castellano.
Usually I have coffee for Thursdays, but today it's a refresher.
Yeah. So it's little coffee Thursday, little coffee Thursdays.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
it's
Kimberly.
Usually coffee time.
It's coffee time. Cafecitos, it's chat time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. We say, un cafecito.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Let's get together.
Let's get together. Un cafecito.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
Take care.
Oh, Noah, he'll definitely do a painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll help you out with the composition. I'll do a video on that. Take care, guys. Adios.